Did you tell your daughter that there were 2 possible men that could be her father?
Yes, Your Honor.
You ain't used no condom with me but one time, Your Honor. Why is you sitting right here lying like that? I wish you would stop lying.
No, I have evidence right here.
He was
Your
in
Honor,
jail.
to say that he was not in
Jerome,
jail,
will you
Your
hand me
Honor.
that evidence, please?
Yo, I was never in jail.
Exactly, but that's what his cousin called me off his phone and told me that, oh, he's in jail.
Mr. Hollins, you are demanding a DNA test today because you say you are not the father of Ms. Anderson's 17-month-old daughter, Chloe.
Yes,
You
Your Honor.
claim to be paying support for a child that's not yours.
Yes, Your
Ms.
Honor.
Anderson, you say Mr. Hollins need to step up and take responsibility for his actions and his child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Mr. Hollins taken advantage of? When Judge Lauren asked him, this is what he had to say.
I failed to appear to court because I didn't want to take a DNA test and had to pay for it all by myself.
I offered to go half with Mr. Hollins, but he wanted me to pay the whole thing. And he never went to court to take the DNA test. 4 times, he failed to appear 4 times.
4 times? How does Judge Lauren react to that? Does Mr. Hollins have any justifications?
Your Honor, that's
4
not right.
times you failed to appear?
No, what happened was my mother had two brain aneurysms. That's the reason why I failed to appear. You see what I'm saying?
Your Honor, the first time he failed to appear, he said he was out of town. The second time, he said he overslept. The third time, his mom was in the hospital. And the fourth time, he overslept and his mom was in the hospital. And I talked to him the day before court, and he said that he was coming.
How crazy is that? The case is getting confusing as we don't know who is lying. Mr. Hollins continued.
I'd like to hear about your doubts. Why are you doubtful?
Because I told her to be honest with me and she didn't.
I thought me and Mr. Hollins was better than this. When we got together, we were like best friends almost. The things that like has happened since she was born, stuff that's been said, like I never thought that me and Mr. Hollins would be like this today.
Listen, when you came back, I told you, I don't think I'm gonna pay for this. We might need to go half. I knew then. Something ain't right.
All right, moving on. Mr. Hollins, how do you find out Ms. Anderson's pregnant?
Facebook, online. Facebook tell a lot of stuff. I found out on Facebook that she had a baby.
That she had a baby or that she was pregnant?
Yeah, she had a baby, not pregnant. A pregnancy I didn't never know about.
Wait a minute, so from the point she went out of town with the friend until she actually gave birth to the child, you had no idea she was even pregnant?
No idea.
Your Honor,
How is that the case?
Because I had no idea I was pregnant until the day I had her.
You what?
Ms. Anderson did what? Judge Lauren does not seem too happy about it.
And that was sex without protection or with protection?
Without protection, Your Honor.
And the name of that man is?
Mr. Williams.
Mr. Williams. And Mr. Williams is here in our courtroom today.
Yes, Your Honor.
A new person enters the court, so does it all go south?
Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
When you found out there was a baby that could potentially be yours, how did you handle that?
I kind of thought about it for me. I was like, no, I don't think there's no way. And then I was like, I don't know, maybe so. I was kind of mad though, because she waited so long after to tell me. Once I found out, I was like, I don't know. I was kind of mad.
Your Honor, I waited so long to tell Mr. Williams because I thought that she was Mr. Hollins. And it never dawned on me that Mr. Williams was a possibility until that day. And when I went back and I did the date, that's when Mr. Williams.
But you say you slept with them within 1 or 2 days.
Yes.
How did you ever think that you could pinpoint which man?
That's the answer I'm looking for. How did you even know?
This case can only be solved by DNA results, which are finally going to be announced.
It has been determined by this court that Mr. Williams, you are not the father. Mr. Hollins, you are her father.
Thank you.
Hopefully, they can put their differences aside.
Ms. Brown, you claim that after 21 years, you were stunned when in a heated argument, your sister blurted out that the man you believed was your dad might not be your biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's see what Mr. Brown has to say about his case.
Now, Mr. Brown, you say Ms. Brown's mother cheated on you throughout your relationship, and you even once found a naked man hiding in her bedroom closet.
Yes, Your Honor.
It is heartbreaking to listen to what Ms. Brown has to say next.
All my life, I always thought Mr. Brown was my father. But what really triggered me off was on my 21st birthday when I made 21, my daddy called Andrea, said, look, tell Olivia happy birthday, I'm sending her some money. She comes to me, my daddy sending you some money? That's not your daddy. But also growing up as a child, I had to deal with the rumors and the jokes from my family, even my own brothers and sisters.
After spending their whole childhood together, it is indeed sad. But what does Mr. Brown have to say about this?
Mr. Brown, what do you have to say about this?
When Olivia came into this world, they handed her to me. And for all of her life, I am her father. And I told her mama, you need to sit her down and talk with her and try to work on this here and let her know the truth. If it's not, we had our problems. I know we fought. We had ups and downs with our arguments and breakups. But I love the angel and I love the kids.
Mr. Brown's mother has entered the courtroom and spoke about the possibilities.
Did you tell your daughter that there were 2 possible men that could be her father?
Yes, Your Honor. What happened? Me and my other sponsor I had before him was together for 7 years. And then after that, I got with him. But I was seeing both of them after that.
I didn't know that.
You did.
You didn't just
So the bottom line is, Ms. McIntyre, there was a time when you were seeing both men at the same time.
How crazy is that? But you're not ready for what happens next.
I told Angie I wanted a DNA test a few times.
Yeah.
And you told me, wait a minute, what did you tell me?
Because you said too she wasn't your daughter when me and you had our argument.
What did you say? If you get a DNA,
if you get a DNA test and it come back negative, you should have been saying
you would never see her again. So I said, don't worry about it. Yeah, you did. You was a liar. You was a liar.
Let's get some water.
The DNA results are in, and we're about to find out the truth.
Mr. Brown is not your father.
I'm sorry, baby.
Mama, it don't matter, baby. It don't matter, Mama. Listen to me. Hey, it doesn't matter, baby.
Your mama,
We hope Ms. Brown gets the closure she deserves.
Ms. Hyman, you're here today to finally prove to the defendant, Mr. Brown, and his family that he is the biological father of your 4-year-old son, Landon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, you are adamant that you are not Landon's father and say you won't do a thing for the child since he's not yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
What does Ms. Hyman have to say about the case?
He has done nothing as far as no diapers, no wipes, no clothes, no visit, no type of affection.
Your Honor, I to be honest with you, I shouldn't have to do anything if I'm asking for a DNA test.
Your Honor, he has not asked for a DNA test. As far as anything, he would say, I'm not taking care of child unless I get a DNA test. And he really does not tell me, he tells family members. He tells my cousins, my mom, his mom.
So he has never directly asked you for a DNA test? You disagree, Mr. Brown? You say you have?
No.
Yes, I have. Why should I do anything until I need proof?
Is it too much to handle for Mr. Brown? Or is it Ms. Hyman expecting too much?
Because of past experiences that I have had, of me going through a situation where I asked for a DNA test and I found out the child wasn't mine.
So how does Ms. Hyman respond to that?
When you were in a relationship with her, did you catch her cheating?
No.
Were you suspicious?
No. I was staying with him, Your Honor. He drove me around.
From the past experience, when I had asked for a DNA test.
She's not talking about the past experience. She's talking about the current experience with our son.
Listen, if you went through one situation.
Ms. Hyman does not seem too happy about it. She continued to add.
What I'm asking you.
You a whole lie. We never. You ain't used no condom with me, but one time, boy, why is you sitting right here lying like that? I wish you would stop lying.
You're saying you never slept with her unprotected.
Lie.
Is that your submission to this court?
The whole lie. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Pigs gonna fly through this window right now. You are lying.
Come on now.
Come on now.
All right.
You're sounding like a liar.
Hold on.
Oof, that was chaotic. You'll be shocked by what Ms. Hyman had to say about this.
At what point did you all stop being intimate and you had relations with someone else?
Me and this young man, we really never stopped being intimate. We still dip and dab every now and then. Your Honor, we still dip and dab.
Hold on, wait a minute. Listen.
We still dip and dab.
No.
We still dip and dab. I have text to prove what even on my birthday, where you called, for instance, on my birthday, he inboxed me and said, I will give you good birthday sex if you don't have anybody to give it to you. This is May 1st.
Sounds crazy. And the results are finally here.
When it comes to 4-year-old Landon Hyman, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Brown, you are not the father.
Well, that was unexpected, and the silence speaks volumes.
Ms. Bennett, you claim that for the last 4 years, Mr. Grant has been claiming he is not your son, Uriah Jr.'s biological father.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you're tired of his doubts and him running away from his responsibility, and you're suing him for $5,000 in back child expenses, correct?
Your Honor.
So what does Ms. Bennett have to say about the case?
I conceived my son on July 19, 2010, on my birthday. We went to the jacuzzi suite, we drank, we had a very great time. We had intercourse. 4 to 5 days later, I went to work.
How can you say you sat there and...
I got sick because I know exact date.
I had condom on that night. I know exactly that night. We just started messing around. We just started messing around.
We have been messing around for weeks by then.
A couple weeks by then, yes.
Does Mr. Grant agree with Ms. Bennett? Let's see what Mr. Grant has to say.
Now, what makes you think she is
the whole time? Ain't no not at first. The whole time I wasn't.
I mean, after we started splitting up and everything, I started hearing rumors from a few friends that she was sleeping around with a couple people.
And those people, I don't even know these people that you who is these so-called people? I don't even know these so-called people. And I was staying with you, so if I was sleeping...
I also thought she slept with my cousin.
I would have never slept with your cousin.
The case is already off to a rocky start, and what is revealed next is shocking.
When I left, I was in the beginning stages of my pregnancy.
I didn't want her to leave, Your Honor. I asked her not to leave.
He did not ask me not to leave.
The only reason she left.
I left to go with my mom.
I started getting back together with my other baby mother.
Yep, he was getting back together with his
baby
mother, and we were supposed to be together, but he was creeping. He was creeping with her.
She didn't have to go anywhere. She was still.
I wasn't gonna stay with your sister.
She was living with your sister, and then you tried to get back with your ex?
Yeah.
How crazy is that? Ms. Bennett continued, and what she said is not pleasant.
Oh, I have evidence right here.
He was in jail.
To say that he was not in jail.
Will you hand me that evidence, please?
Yo, I was never in jail.
Exactly, but that's what his cousin called me off his phone and told me that, he's in jail. And my friend so happened to be driving up the street and seen him and said, hey, no, he's not in jail. He's right here. I called his phone. I sent him pictures. I didn't talk to him until 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks after I had my son.
So you got a call saying Uriah Sr. is in jail and won't be able to make the birth?
Yes.
Who would lie and say they're in jail?
Out of all things.
Who would claim that?
Mr. Grant's sister also has some pretty interesting things to say.
Ms. Grant, do you believe your brother has a right to doubt?
Yes, I honestly do. Like, I know, like, I hear rumors that she slept with, a guy I used to talk to.
I don't even know this guy.
The baby looks just like the guy.
I don't even know this guy.
It's just a coincidence. The baby looks a spitting image of this guy.
I don't even know this guy.
This is turning into a heated conversation. But what does Mr. Grant have to say?
She see how good our family is. We have.
What? I do this by myself 365. I wouldn't care how y'all family is. He's straight regardless.
All right, let's bring it down a notch.
I have 3 kids. My sister has 6. I have another sister that has 6 kids. I have a brother that has 6 kids. We're always taking care of our kids. She sees how good my family is. She sees how we love our family.
Do you, Ms. Grant, have any recollection? Can you put your ex and Miss Bennett together? Why do you feel like they had a relationship?
It just so happens that the little boy looks just like him, and the rumors that I hear is the same guy's name. Like, coincidence or not?
This mess can only be cleared by DNA results, which Judge Lauren will now announce.
Pertaining to 4-year-old Uriah Grant, Jr. It has been determined by this court, Mr. Grant, you are Uriah Jr.
I told you. Can I get an apology? I told you. Oh, I told you. That's all I wanted. It's just an apology. I told you I would never do that to you.
I'm glad.
It seems like you're a little bit emotional. You happy to finally know?
Yeah.
Finally, some closure.